Good morning, Tammy Stewart here at Health for a Purpose, and continuing our series on what's for dinner. And I'll tell you what, I do not spend hours in the kitchen every night. In order for it to really work for me, it really needs to be fast. So one of the things that's important about that is to keep your pantry stocked well. This is what we had last night for dinner. So I'm going to just kind of go through. What we start with always is what kind of protein are we having? So last night we had scrambled eggs. How easy is that? And I'll show you why I choose this particular one. I love to buy my eggs at the farmer's market, but they don't always have them. And so sometimes I get them at the local health food store. So I choose pasture raised. That's my first choice. That's better than free range or cage free, pasture raised. The second thing I look for, you don't see on here, I really want verified non-GMO, because so many times they do feed the chickens something at night to get them into the coop to keep them safe all nights. But I wasn't able to find that this time. So pasture raised. When you're looking at the prices, obviously check the size, because don't buy the less expensive one if it's medium instead of large. Pay attention to the weight of the eggs. So then, when I'm cooking my eggs, this is my ghee. It got gooey, so the label came off. Ghee is clarified butter, and it will handle the high heat on the stove. We don't use a lot of heat when we're making scrambled eggs, but we do a little bit. So cast iron, I put a great big spoonful of ghee in there. Put some eggs, leave those, don't cook them dry, cook them until they're just moist, because then you're going to get more of the healthy enzymes. Then the rest of the protein, sorry about that label that's still stuck on there. We love our Amy's refried beans. Let's look at the ingredients on that. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Maybe it's not going to focus. Maybe I'll have to read it for you. There we go. Beans, water, onions. Safflower and sunflower oil are okay when they're not baked at a really high temperature. Sea salt, garlic, spices. That passes my test. We love our refried beans. Before we eat, well, actually, let me come back to that. So there we've got a variety of protein. Let's look for vegetables. We have to have lots of vegetables. In fact, we've got protein and fats, really healthy fats here. So first thing we do before we each eat a big spoonful of raw sauerkraut. My family loves this one, dill and garlic. That's their favorite, and not necessarily this brand. There's also a brand that is in a bag. I don't remember the name of it. My family loves it. I tried this one. What's really important is variety. So I grabbed this one, and I'll tell you what, I'm loving it. I love it. It's more of a tart, tangy. It's not such a strong fermented taste. It's just more tart. So step outside your comfort zone, try something. You can eat a spoonful of it. You can do it. You don't need to eat very much raw sauerkraut, but you need a variety of raw fermented cultured foods every day. So that's the first thing we do. Before our meal, we have a great big spoonful of sauerkraut. Then avocados, of course, very healthy. Then let's look at the salsa. I grabbed these out of my pantry, and it was a good learning experience for me because, again, let's look at the ingredients if I can get it to focus. Tomato, citric acid is just, vitamin C. Calcium tomato, onion, pepper. Notice some of these are not organic. And then we have dried cane syrup. That is cane syrup, which is a less bad sugar. You don't want it to say sugar, because sugar is typically just genetically modified beet sugar. You would rather have cane sugar, so if you're thinking about good, better, best. So that's not a bad choice. Oh, it does say organic on the label. But let's go back and look at the ingredients. Which one's hard to do when I'm holding the camera in the other hand? There's probably an asterisk down there that tells us, yes, there is. See, most of those ingredients are organic because you have to look at the asterisk that I wasn't looking at. Here, though, is a better option. Always do some shopping, spend some time reading the ingredients on the label, because you can improve when you make small substitutions. This one, notice the list of ingredients is shorter, which might or might not be a good thing in this situation because we might want a good variety of vegetables. But we've got tomato, water, onion, garlic, tomato, New Mexico chili, I love those things. Salt, organic orange juice concentrate, cilantro, apple cider vinegar. No added sugar. That's a good thing. Plus, we didn't have these other 2 questionable ingredients here with the citric acid and the calcium. You don't need that. This is a better one. This is a much better choice. And we have eaten both of them. I buy the one, when this one's not available, I buy this one. Good, better, best. Remember that. It's a lifestyle. Then another thing we do, another vegetable, so you have to stop and think, how can I add veggies to this meal? You could slice up a cucumber or some celery. You can control volume and just eat a lot of avocado and more salsa and more of the sauerkraut. You can add olives, because you've got your veggie and your fat, super, super good fat. This one is stuffed with blue cheese. Yum. Even more healthy fats. Ooh, I'm going to get risky. It's been a while since I read this label, and my kitchen is not always perfect. Well, if I can get it to sit still. So I'm going to be completely transparent here, looking at all of these things. Look at that. It's pretty good. Those last 2 ingredients are things we would rather avoid. Xanthan gum and locust bean gum. Sometimes the way they process those turns it into an excitotoxin, so it excites your brain cells to death. We would rather not have that. And if I were aiming for perfection, those cheeses should be raw from A2 cattle, and that's not going to happen very often. So this is not the best option, but it is a good option. All right, so that's what we had for dinner last night. Oh, let me show you one other thing. Yum, kefir water. I have mango here, and this one was pineapple. That's a topic for another day entirely. If you want to read a great source for kefir water, go to thefunkykitchen.com, and we will send you more ideas later on another mealtime idea. I hope you guys that you will like this video and share it. Share it with your friends. Fast, easy mealtime. We had considered going out to dinner last night. This was faster and easier, and think of how much money we saved. So we invested our money in our health. We had healthier food than we could have had anywhere going out to eat. We spent less time, and we, honestly, we cooked together, which was kind of nice. I hope you have a wonderful day.